mobile phones.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of CMAR's Facebook Live series on either side of the Draconia.
Draconia.
Have we got an exciting interview for you all today?
We sure do, Michael.
We sure do.
It is a gripping, captivating, nay, spellbinding interview with the one, the only, Mr. Brian Tierney.
Yes.
Michael, would you mind introducing our guest?
Cortland, I've been eagerly awaiting the opportunity to do just that. Brian here is an experienced addiction professional who represents the renowned Red Rock Recovery Center in Lakewood, Colorado, as the director of clinical outreach. Brian is also a close friend of the show and of CMAR. Brian, let's start by hearing about your role at Red Rocks.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
I really enjoy this. I've been looking forward to doing this with you guys. I'm Brian Tierney. I work with Red Rock Recovery Center. I do a lot of our outreach and marketing. But like a lot of smaller kind of boutique facilities, I wear a lot of hats. So I'll jump in and do some groups from time to time, handle some admissions from time to time. And we'll do some staff training as well with the recovery coaching. We're big on that, big on community, big on peer recovery support services. So I'm a little bit all over the place, and that's me. That's who I am.
Excellent.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Truly, truly inspiring stuff, Mr. Tierney. So please tell us a bit about alumni services and the crucial role they play in ensuring many recovering addicts, nay, all recovering addicts, ability to really sustain that recovery process.
Indubitably. Yes. Thank you for teeing that up for me. I love alumni stuff. That's kind of my background in this space. I have a lot of experience developing programming for that, and Red Rock specifically, it's a close place in my heart for alumni stuff. It was the first I got a shot there to develop their alumni program there a couple of years back, and man, it's really a beautiful space to work in because you really get to see people thrive in their recovery. I think when I'm thinking about alumni programming, what is really important for me is that it is their program and that we're doing things that are strengths based and focused on kind of what they want to do rather than what I think they're going to want to do. When I first started doing alumni stuff, I was like, we'll do like pizza parties, we'll do these little bowling whatever, we'll do these fun little events. But what I actually found was that they wanted to do service events. They wanted to do things. They wanted to partner with things in the community like the Denver Public Library or the action centers for the homeless population. Those were things where I started to see the most engagement, and people had an opportunity to participate in a sense of purpose and feel like they have something to give, which I think is so vital at that stage of the recovery process, maybe 6 to 8 months sober. They have some step work under there. They have some clinical foundation for their recovery now. They have something to give, and this gives them an opportunity to do that. And I think that's a really valuable thing to do when considering alumni programming. It's not just like picnics and fun stuff like that. The fun stuff happens, but the service aspect I think is huge. And we see that a lot at Red Rock where the alumni are coming back. We engage them early, so alumni are coming in and they're working with our current clients. They're interacting. They're getting connected to that larger community so that when they leave our care, they're still connected and they have peers that will help kind of expand their network in recovery and go to meetings with them or whatever it is, grab coffee and just have friends and people to socialize with. It's really, really important. So that's a little spiel on alumni stuff for you.
Wow.
Yeah, wonderful. I think that's so amazing. I think like what you said around community and this need for connection, like in treatment, after treatment, is very much like the core of recovery for so much of us, right? Like that addiction like has us living in isolation, and recovery has to have us living in community for it to be effective. It's something that we've been talking about here as CMAR is a newer program. Our alumni base is just starting to grow, but we've been talking about helping our patients start a medication-assisted recovery anonymous 12-step meeting here to support like very specifically our population, the way that they have some connection and community to come back to after their time at CMAR is complete.
I really like what you said about like that sort of self-actualizing component where they're really identifying for themselves what their motivations are, because I imagine that the value of those activities, similarly to like why we want to do Mara in particular, it's like if they start it, if it's their thing and they have ownership over it, then they can actually learn from it. They're not just learning how to do something they've been told to do. They're learning how to create new experiences in their lives, sober and in community. So it's just beautifully put.
Yeah, and I think exactly what you're speaking to is that kind of creating peer leadership. Like that's what we're doing, like instilling them to use tools to develop that autonomy and expand kind of what they're capable of doing, and they're kind of it is really an empowerment based approach where they're able to kind of really have some say in what's going on in their environment and contribute to seeing that growth and contribute to seeing that kind of change. So
Yeah.
it's pretty powerful.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well,
Isn't it?
how time has flown by. Thank you so much for joining us today, Brian.
Happy to be here. What a blessing.
We
What a
really
gift.
do appreciate it. Yeah. To our audience, thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode of Either Side of Draconia.
And don't forget to check out www.redrockrecoverycenter.com to learn about the great work done by Brian and his team, led by the fearless,
Brothers
renowned Brothers Henley.
Yeah.
And to learn more about CMAR, of course, go to www.colorado-recovery.com. We'll see you there.